Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. My name is Mary Villas de Juan, and this is my report. And my topic is all about Goddell's reading skills ladder and stages of reading. So these are the list of reading skills ladder by Grace Goddell. So number 1, we have basic sight words. Number 2, using phonetic analysis. Number 3, using structural analysis. Number 4, using contextual clause. Number 5, vocabulary building. Number 6, finding the main idea. Number 7, finding the supporting details. Number 8, interfering meanings, drawing conclusions. Number 9, classifying and organizing facts. Number 10, using parts of the book. Number 11, using the dictionary. Number 12, using the encyclopedias and other reference books. Number 13, borrowing library books for research and enjoyment. Number 14, starting your private library collection. Number 15, exposure to reading from mass media. And number 16, reading from the internet. So under the reading skills ladder, we have basic sight words. What are sight words? So sight words, often also called high-frequency sight words, the Dulce words, are the 220 most frequently found words in the book that children read. Many of these words cannot be sounded out because they do not follow decoding rules, so they must be learned as sight words. They are commonly used words that young children are encouraged to memorize as a whole by sight, so they can automatically recognize these words in the print without having to use any strategies to decode. This accounts for a large percentage, up to 75% of the words used in beginning children's print materials. These words are usually learned in the first and second grade. The students who learn these words have a good base from beginning reading. The number of the words recognized is the basis from assigning his or her equivalent reading level. The scale is as follows. So we have the number of the Dulce words and estimated reading level recognized. Under the number of the Dulce words, we have 0 to 75 pre-primer, 76 to 120 primer, 121 to 170 first year, 171 to 210 second year, and above 210 third year and above. So these are the Dulce words. We have a, all, and, are, at, big, as, away, be, black, brown, by, came, did, again, about, any, ate, after, better, over, always, both, but, around, bring, cold, as, carry, cut, because, clean, fast, been, could, first, before, done, blue, eat. 5, best, don't, call, fall, fly, buy, draw, can, find, for, thus, drink, come, for, give, far, 8, do, get, goes, found, every, down, going, from, full, hurt, funny, have, got, gave, no, go, here, green, grow, light, good, him, had, hold, myself, he, his, has, how, never, help, if, had, just, own, here, into, its, keep, pick, I, laugh, long, canned, kind, right, in, let, made, much, 7, is, live, many, must, shall, eat, may, new, now, show, jump, may, my, not, of, there, like, new, of, once, them, little, old. open, only, then, look, on, please, round, there, make, one, or, sleep, this, me, put, our, small, think, out, so, pull, take, play, said, read, tell, pretty, she, start, think, run, sit, say, that, read, some, sing, they, ride, stop, 6, this, run, 3, soon, 2, see, today, 10, try, so, sue, to, upon, under, the, was, us, walk, to, well, who, well, will, up, work, why, where, we, yes, wish, white, you, yellow, your, with. So it is adult words. Next we have Iris 4 phases of development in sight word. Number 1, we have pre-alphabet phrase or pre-alphabetic phrase. Beginners connect visual attributes of the words and its letters to pronunciation and meaning of the words. For most students, this first phrase occurs through paired associates learning. As such, the cue is paired with the pronounced word and stored in a long-term memory rather than learning letters with their associated letters sound. Number 2, we have partial alphabetical phrase. So the children begin to learn the certain letters are associated with letter sounds. Children begin to use phonological awareness skills to associate certain letters and the word to pronounce the word. They would use partial cues because they had not yet mastered all phonemes and graphemes. Number 3, we have full alphabetic phrase. Children become more proficient with letters in words and their associated phonemes. As children encounter familiar and new words, they are able to apply their phonological awareness skills to segment the word into letter sound and blend these sounds back together to pronounce the word. They can correctly discern between similarly spelled words. In the fourth, we have consolidated alphabetic phrase. Children are able to pronounce words by recalling words parts of letter patterns. They use their knowledge of words parts when they encounter multisyllabic words in their reading. Spelling becomes part of the reading process. Research has confirmed that spelling instruction improves students' ability to read and decode words. And the next one we have using phonetic analysis. So phonetics is a branch of linguistics that comprises the study of the sounds of human speech, or in the case of sign languages, the equivalent aspect of sign. Phonetic analysis is based on the traditional classification of speech sounds using the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. It is also called phonics, is the study of sound symbol or phoneme-grapheme relationships. Sounding out words by separating a larger words into smaller sounds, both vowel and consonant sounds are blends that make it up. So classification example. So these are the classification examples of the words. So as in. So first we have stop, pick, bash, pad. Nasal, ham, new, knock. Fractions, zoo, off, push. Front vowels, eat, sit, back. Diphthongs, cow, far, like. And the next one we have using structural analysis. The process of using familiar words parts, base words, prefixes, and suffixes to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words, breaking down unknown words into prefixes and suffixes, then into syllables. Be sure your students understand that many prefixes and suffixes have more than one meaning, as in inactive and inroad, and that even when they know the correct meaning of an affix, they might still come up with an incorrect definition. Next, we have using contextual clause. Hints that the author gives to help define a difficult or unusual word. The clue may appear within the same sentence as the word to which it refers, or it may be a preceding or subsequent sentence. Here are the types of context clauses. So first we have synonyms. The synonyms, words with the same meaning is used in the sentence. And we have antonyms, word or a group of words that has the opposite meaning reveals the meaning of an unknown terms. Explanation, the unknown words is explained within the sentence or in a sentence immediately preceding. Examples, specific examples are used to define the term. And next we have vocabulary building. A rich vocabulary is a valuable asset and an important attribute of success in any walk of life. Next we have the 7 steps in building vocabulary. The step 1, read, read, read. The more reading you do, the faster you will reach your goal of building your vocabulary. Step 2, repeat words several times. Saying a word several times a day for many days is a surefire way of making you remind it. Step 3, look at words with the mind of a child. Young children learn words very quickly. Step 4, have fun by playing word games the next time you hang around with your family instead of just sitting on the couch and watching TV. Invite them to play word games. Step 5, make it personal. Making words personally meaningful to you will make them stand out and you will retain them better. Step 6, use your imagination to create an image of the word. This technique is used most often for concentrate rather than abstract objects. Concrete rather. Step 7, practice using elaboration. Elaborate is a technique a lot of people use to remember words. Next, we have finding the main idea. The main idea sentence of a paragraph tells what the paragraph is about. It is the key concept being expressed. Understanding the topic, the guest, or the larger conceptual framework of a textbook chapter, an article, a paragraph, a sentence, or a passage is a sophisticated reading task. Textbook chapters, articles, paragraphs, sentences, or a passage all have topics and main idea. And next we have the 3 types of paragraphs. First we have introductory paragraphs. Tell you in advance such things as the main idea of the chapter or section, the extent of limits of the coverage, how the topic is developed, and the writer's attitude towards the topic. Second, we have transitional paragraphs are usually short. Their sole function is to tie together what you have read so far and what is to come, to set the stage for succeeding ideas of a chapter or section. And last, we have summarizing paragraphs are used to restate briefly the main ideas of the chapter or section. And one, we have finding the supporting details. Details, major and minor, support the main idea by telling how, what, when, where, why, how much, or how many. Next, we have interfering meanings, drawing conclusion. Drawing conclusions refers to the information that implied or inferred. This means that the information is never clearly stated. Inference is just a big word that means a conclusion or judgment. If you infer that something has happened, you do not see, hear, feel, smell, or taste the actual event. And we have classifying and organizing facts. Classifying is separating various things on the basis of some criteria. Organizing facts are how to clarify and the fact and how to use the classification to arrange those facts in a particular rational order. And next, we have using parts of the book. We have title page. It has the information about when and where the book was published. Table of content. It will help you to find the names of the chapter of the book and the page number where each chapter begins. Glossary of a book. It will give meaning to words used in the book, vocabulary, words or new words in the book will hear. Index of a book. It is very valuable to learners. You will find a listing of each topic in the book, name of people, maps in the book, or any other information in the book listed here. And next, we have using a dictionary. It also called a word reference, word book, lexicon, or vocabulary. Is a collection of words in one or more specific languages, often listed alphabetically or by radical and stroke for ideographic languages. With usage information, definitions, etymologies, phonetics, pronunciations, and other information, or a book of words in one language with their equivalents in other, also known as lexicon. And next one, we have using the encyclopedias and other reference books. It is a type of reference work, a compendium holding a summary of information from either all branches of knowledge or a particular branch of knowledge. Encyclopedia are divided into articles or entries, which are usually accessed alphabetically by article name. Next one, we have borrowing library books for research and enjoyment. Give the importance of reading in the library not only for academic but also for enjoyment, because there are sections of library where you can find books that are entertaining but still educational books intended for needs and wants of the students. Next one, we have starting your private library collection. Reading of books and other references will encourage children to create and start a mini library of collection of books from her or his past years and learning, and also to other references that he or she is reading. Next one, we have exposure to reading from mass media. Forms Forms of mass media, we have both broadcast, maybe film, video games, audio recording and reproduction, internet, blogs, mobile, print media, books or magazine. And next we have, and the last one, we have reading from the internet. Reading from the internet is the most and easier way, not only for the children but also to the adults, to gather information from a certain topic, but always teach children to examine if the article or information that they are reading is based on fact or not. So that was all about, and that's the end of my report, and I hope it was clear. Thank you for listening.